Breaking news tonight, Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear. As of this moment, we have always said it is about the children. It's not just about me, never just made it about me. I'm just the loudest one.
Breaking news tonight, Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this.
It's hard to believe how quickly things can spiral, isn't it? One moment the world is buzzing about Diddy Combs and his glittering empire, and the next whispers of underground tunnels, secret parties, and shocking allegations are lighting up every corner of the internet. And now the wildfires ripping through Los Angeles have only added fuel to the fire, pun intended. But what if those fires weren't just a tragic natural disaster? What if they were something more calculated, a cover-up to destroy evidence that could shake Hollywood to its core?
But if there is one, can you read between the lines? There's a call from the prison. Someone thinks that they have the green light on us that they don't even know.
Let's rewind for a moment. It all began late last year when the music mogul, once celebrated for his larger-than-life persona, was arrested on charges that left the entertainment industry in shock. Legal documents, eyewitness testimonies, and even some jaw-dropping leaks started to paint a picture of a man whose private life was allegedly far darker than anyone could have imagined. But it didn't stop there. Soon rumors of covert investigations began to surface, including claims that authorities had discovered a network of underground tunnels connected to Diddy's lavish Los Angeles mansion. Supposedly, these tunnels weren't just architectural quirks, they were allegedly the backdrop for horrifying acts that had gone unnoticed for years.
I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated.
Fast forward to today, and Los Angeles is literally on fire. The skies are choked with smoke, neighborhoods have been reduced to ash, and thousands of families have been forced to flee their homes. But while most people are focused on the immediate devastation, some internet sleuths are asking a different kind of question. Could these fires be part of a deliberate effort to erase evidence tied to Diddy's case? It sounds far-fetched, right? But the timing is undeniably eerie, especially when you consider one particular figure at the heart of this storm, Ally Carter.
Diddy, if you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying. And
for those who haven't been following the story, Ally Carter isn't just another voice on social media. She's someone who claims to have first-hand knowledge, know of the alleged horrors that took place behind closed doors in Hollywood's most glamorous circles. According to her, she was a survivor of exploitation at the hands of powerful elites, including Diddy himself. Her accusations are chilling enough on their own, but what's really grabbing attention now is that Ally appears to have predicted the fires months ago. Yes, you heard that right, months before the flames began consuming Los Angeles. Ally posted cryptic warnings online hinting that something catastrophic was on the horizon. In one of her videos uploaded in late October 2024, Ally spoke directly to her followers saying,
A lot's about to come out, another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidents on fire.
At the time, her words might have seemed dramatic, even paranoid. But now, with the wildfires raging and conspiracy theories spreading like, wildfire, her eerie prediction has people glued to their screens.
And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent till proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we can debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocence.
But let's break this down. What exactly are people alleged edging? According to online chatter, fires conveniently started in areas close to homes allegedly tied to Diddy and other high-profile figures. One theory the rounds is that these fires were an intent ally set to destroy evidence, possibly even the infamous to miss tunnels that investigators were said to be looking into. And it's not just Diddy's mansion that's being talked about. Social media users have pointed out that several celebrity homes have been destroyed in the blaze, sparking speculation that this isn't just a coincidence.
He has, and all the resources he has, he couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
Adding to the intrigue are claims that Diddy's Los Angeles home was supposed to be searched by authorities in the coming days. If true, the timing of the fire near his property feels almost too convenient. Some are even suggesting that the destruction of these homes might be a way to protect not just Diddy, but an entire network of influential individuals who could be implicated in the scandal. It's a lot to take in, and while there's no concrete evidence to support these theories, they've certainly captured the imagination of the public. And then there's Ollie Carter's story, which only deepens the mystery in her recent interviews and social media posts. Ollie has described being a witness to unspeakable acts at private parties hosted by the rich and famous. She's alleged that these events weren't just about extravagance, they were about control, manipulation, and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. "I was there, I saw it all," she said in one emotional video. East weren't just parties, they were something much darker, and the people involved, they're the same ones you see on your TV screens, the same ones you look up to. According to Ally, her experiences weren't isolated incidents. She's claimed that there's a vast network of tunnels and secret locations used to facilitate these activities, and one of those tunnels allegedly connects Diddy's home to other properties, including the infamous Playboy Mansion. If that sounds like the plot of a Hollywood thriller, you're not alone in thinking so, but Ally insists that the truth is stranger and far more horrifying than fiction.
His money could help us craft. He could build his separate jail cell, and you could keep him there. Just interesting to me that they sort of said, nope, you're going to be treated not like everybody else, but a lot like everybody else. Having money doesn't do it. So I wouldn't want to be those judges. There's sort of a no-win situation.
Of course, not everyone is buying into these theories. Skeptics argue that the fires are nothing more than a tragic result of California's dry season and high winds and natural disaster made worse by climate change, and they're not wrong. Wildfires have been a recurring nightmare for the state in recent years, but for those who've been following the Diddy case closely, the timing of these fires is hard to ignore, especially given Ollie Carter's ominous warnings.
Try to transfer him, they're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
Social media has become a battleground for this debate, with hashtags like Diddy Tunnels and Law Conspiracy trending across platforms. On TikTok and Twitter, users are sharing clips of Ali's videos alongside footage of the fires, drawing connections and fueling speculation. Some are even calling for independent investigations into the cause of the fires, arguing that the official explanations don't add up. It's too convenient. One user wrote, "First we hear about these alleged tunnels and evidence, and now
our population, would he be at risk? Sure he'd be at risk. There's so many people that have nothing to lose, right? They're going to be in jail the rest of their life. They've got nothing to, they want their 15 minutes of fame. They were friends with Diddy, they hurt Diddy, or they Diddy, or they did. There's so many, people in jail that this would be their moment. You can't put them there.
What's clear is that the public is paying attention. Whether you believe the conspiracy theories or not, the Diddy case has become a lightning rod for discussions about power, privilege, and accountability in Hollywood. And with Carter continuing to speak out, her voice amplified by a growing chorus of supporters, it's becoming harder and harder for anyone to look away.
The courthouse in Lower Manhattan, the judge ordering the prosecution to turn over its findings from a jail cell raid, Diddy's jail cell, just yesterday. What were the contents of those raids?
As the flames continue to rage in Los Angeles, one can't help but wonder, is this just a tragic coincidence, or is there something more sinister at play? And if the allegations are true, if there really is a connection between the fires and the evidence tied to Diddy, what does that say about the lengths people will go to protect the powerful? These are the questions keeping people up at night, scrolling through their feeds, searching for answers in a world that suddenly feels a lot darker than it did Before the story around Diddy Combs has become more than just a scandal, it's a full-blown cultural reckoning pulling in not just the music mogul, but a web of celebrities, lawsuits, and shocking allegations. With every new revelation, it feels like another layer of Hollywood's seemingly untouchable elite is being peeled back, and right now people aren't just talking about Diddy, they're talking about the celebrities tied to him, the lawsuits piling up, and the growing speculation about who knew what. And when it's the kind of unfolding drama that seems ripped straight from a Netflix thriller, except it's all happening in real time.
Well, apparently, according to the defense, their legal document, the government's saying no. On the contrary, they're just in handwritten notes in a
Since Diddy's arrest in late 2024, his once pristine public image has been completely shattered. The man who built an empire on hit records, luxury branding, and larger-than-life parties now finds himself at the center of a legal hurricane. The charges against him, spanning trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy, are staggering, and the fallout has been swift. But what's really turning heads is the sheer number of lawsuits being filed. According to reports, more than 100 lawsuits have emerged since Diddy's initial arrest, with allegations dating back decades. Lawsuits paint a picture of someone who allegedly operated with impunity, shielded by his wealth, fame, and connections.
That's it. If it is privilege, of course they won't. But if it really is what the prosecution says, that has nothing to do with the case, or even worse, it's actually evidence of witness tampering, because we all know the attorney-client privilege, there's a crime fraud exception. You can't use your lawyer to perpetuate a future or continuing fraud or crime. So if the documents are what the government says they are, they're going to get them again. And again, it's just going to be a matter of days, because I don't.
But this isn't just about Diddy, it's about the people around him, the celebrities who attended his infamous freak-off parties, the business associates who allegedly turned a blind eye, and even the ex-partners who are now speaking out. Take Cassie, for instance, Diddy's former girlfriend, and one of the first to publicly file a lawsuit against him in late 2023. In her lawsuit, Cassie accused Diddy of years of mistreatment and detailed shocking incidents that she says occurred over the course of their relationship. What's even more shocking is how quickly her case was settled within 24 hours, reportedly for an undisclosed sum. While Diddy's legal team claimed the settlement wasn't an admission of guilt, it set off a domino effect, with other accusers coming forward almost immediately. And it's not just women coming forward, men are also stepping into the spotlight, sharing their own stories of alleged mistreatment and manipulation. Producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, for example, has filed a lawsuit claiming that he was subjected to harassment and forced into compromising situations while working with Diddy. Jones also accused Diddy of using his celebrity connections to intimidate and control those around him. In his filing, Jones even referenced other big names in the industry, claiming they were either complicit or witnesses to the alleged behavior. While many of these celebrities have remained silent, the public is starting to ask uncomfortable questions. Who else knew what was going on, and why didn't anyone speak up sooner? So I'm telling you right
now, a lot of people don't want to get it. There's enough of you to do something, anything, and there's so many of you able to get.
Let's talk about some of the celebrities who have been tied to Diddy over the years, either through professional collaborations or personal relationships. For starters, there's Usher, who has been open about his early days living with Diddy as a teenager. In an old interview that's recently resurfaced, Usher described the experience as wild and said he was exposed to things he wasn't prepared for at such a young age. While Usher hasn't directly accused Diddy of anything, the internet has latched onto his comments, with many speculating about what really happened during those years. Then there's Justin Bieber, who has also been linked to Diddy as a former mentee. While Bieber has so far remained silent on the allegations, his connection to Diddy has sparked renewed scrutiny, with fans demanding answers about what he might have witnessed. Other celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian have also found themselves dragged into the conversation. Old clips of Khloe joking about attending one of Diddy's infamous parties, where she claimed half the people there were naked, have resurfaced and gone viral. While it's unclear whether she was being serious or just exaggerating for laughs, the clip has added fuel to the fire. And then there's Megan Fox, who recently deleted all her social media posts, sparking wild speculation online. Some conspiracy theorists have gone as far as to suggest that her sudden disappearance from social media is tied to her alleged attendance at one of Diddy's parties. Of course, there's no concrete evidence linking her to any wrongdoing, but the timing has left people wondering.
Say the wrong thing, or you complain, or you know, I don't know, there's an element where you just I guess manipulated in a way to make you feel like, oh, you have to please everyone around. You can't say anything wrong. You don't want to say a bad thing, or when they're constantly asking you, would you like to do and you're like, well, I don't do and they're like, well, why don't you do?
But it's not just the A-list celebrities who are feeling the heat. Industry insiders, producers, managers, and even former employees are starting to come forward with their own stories. A former bodyguard who worked for Diddy during the height of his career recently gave an anonymous interview claiming that he saw things at Diddy's parties that didn't feel right, while the bodyguard stopped short of making specific accusations. His comments have only added to the growing sense that there's much more to this story than meets the eye. Even Diddy's family isn't immune to the scrutiny. His son, Justin Dior Combs, has been named in at least one lawsuit with allegations that he was present during one of Diddy's controversial gatherings. While Justin hasn't commented publicly, the involvement of Diddy's own family has added another layer of complexity to an already messy situation. It's a stark reminder that the ripple effects of these allegations are far-reaching, touching not just Diddy but everyone in his orbit.
Using allegedly these events to invite them back to these private mansion parties and hotel parties and God knows what else. But he was utilizing the branded events to be able to,
Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is scrambling to control the narrative. In a recent statement, his lawyers described the allegations as completely unfounded and accused the media of engaging in a smear campaign. They've also pointed fingers at some of the accusers, questioning their credibility and motives. But for many, these denials ring hollow, especially as more lawsuits continue to pile up, and with the upcoming trial set for May 2025, the pressure is only mounting. Legal experts have noted that the sheer volume of accusations could make it difficult for Diddy's team to mount a successful defense, particularly if key witnesses decide to testify against him.
There's so many people involved in the situation that works the machine here, that, Diddy's obviously the head of the whole situation, the king of parties, but there is multiple other people involved that are helping along the situation or, participate.
One of the most explosive rumors circulating right now involves the so-called Diddy list, a supposed roster of celebrities who allegedly attended his parties or were otherwise connected to his activities. While the authenticity of this list is dubious, at best it hasn't stopped people from speculating. Names like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even Prince Harry have been mentioned, though there's no evidence linking them to any wrongdoing. Still, the mere association has been enough to spark debate, with fans and critics alike wondering how deep these connections really go.
It is about children. It's not just about me. Never just made it about me. I'm just a lot.
Adding to the intrigue is the upcoming Peacock documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. The film promises to explore Diddy's rise to fame while also delving into the controversies that have defined his career. The trailer alone has caused a stir, featuring interviews with former associates and employees who describe a man driven by power and control. One particularly chilling moment in the trailer features an anonymous source claiming that Diddy turned the lights red at his parties to signal when certain activities were taking place. While Diddy's legal team has dismissed the documentary as sensationalist nonsense, it's clear that the public is eager to learn more. And let's not forget about the fires. While the first section covered the conspiracy theories surrounding the wildfires and their potential connection to Diddy's case, what hasn't been discussed yet is how these fires are affecting the industry as a whole. Many of the celebrities who have lost their homes, including Paris Hilton, Mandy Moore, and Billy Crystal, are now grappling with not just the physical loss of their properties, but also the emotional toll of being caught up in such a chaotic moment. Some have publicly shared their heartbreak, while others have remained silent, feeling speculation about what they might be hiding. It's a reminder that in Hollywood, the line between victim and perpetrator is often blurred.
And see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire.
As the days go on, the questions only seem to multiply. How many more lawsuits will be filed? Will any of the celebrities tied to Diddy speak out? And perhaps most importantly, will the upcoming trial finally bring the truth to light? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The conversation is just getting started. Until next time, stay tuned for more revelations and insights into the world of celebrity gossip. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now.